Welcome to the Twisted Nightmares Chronicles, where darkness lurks around every corner and nightmares come to life. Join us as we delve into the eerie and the unknown, uncover chilling tales that will send shivers down your spine. From spine-tingling urban legends to bone-chilling encounters, prepare to journey into the heart of fear itself. Subscribe if you dare, stab the like button and leave a comment telling me how good that felt. And you want more content just like this, and remember, in the reel of twisted nightmares, the darkness is only the beginning. The moon hung low in the sky, casting a faint silver glow over the suburban landscape. On Maple Street, the houses stood like silent sentinels, their darkened windows gazing out onto the empty streets. A soft breeze rustled the leaves of the trees, creating a faint, haunting melody that seemed to echo the unease that had settled upon the neighborhood. Tiffany stood in her garden, a watering can in her hand as she tended to her flowers. The petals glistened with droplets of water, shimmering in the moonlight. Her hands moved with a practiced grace, each movement deliberate and gentle. There was a sense of calm about her, a tranquility that belied the turmoil that had etched its mark on her heart. As she worked, her thoughts drifted to the past, to a time when laughter and joy had echoed through the halls of her childhood home. The memory of her parents' smiles and the warmth of her family's embrace were like distant stars, twinkling in the vast expanse of her mind. But those stars had dimmed, faded by the cruel hand of fate. A distant rumble of thunder rolled through the sky, the sound carrying a sense of weight that seemed to hang in the air. Tiffany looked up, her eyes narrowing as she gazed at the darkened clouds that swirled overhead. There was something unsettling about the storm, an undercurrent of tension that left her on edge. "Expecting rain?" came a voice from behind her. Tiffany turned to see her sister, KiKi, standing by the porch. KiKi's smile was warm, but there was a hint of weariness in her eyes, a weariness that seemed to mirror Tiffany's own. "Maybe," Tiffany replied, her voice soft as she resumed watering her plants. KiKi stepped closer, her gaze drifting towards the sky. "Feels different tonight, doesn't it?" Tiffany nodded, the corners of her lips twitching upward in a wistful half-smile. "It does." They stood in companionable silence for a moment, the breeze carrying the scent of rain and petrichor. There was a shared understanding between them, an unspoken connection that had grown stronger over the years. "It's not just the storm," KiKi said, her voice lowered as if sharing a secret. "People have been talking, whispering about strange things happening around town." Tiffany glanced at her sister, curiosity sparking in her eyes. "Strange things like what?" KiKi hesitated, her gaze flickering towards the shadows that seemed to dance at the edge of their vision. "Sightings, disappearances, and rumors of government involvement." Tiffany frowned, her brows knitting together as she absorbed the information. "Government involvement? What do you mean?" KiKi shrugged, a faint crease forming between her brows. "I don't know the details. Just overheard bits and pieces from the neighbors. They're scared, Tiff, everyone is." Tiffany set the watering can aside, her fingers brushing against the petals of a rose. "Scared of what?" KiKi's gaze dropped to the ground, her voice dropping to a hushed whisper. "They say there's something out there, something not from this world." Tiffany's heart skipped a beat, the words sending a shiver down her spine. She looked up at the sky, as if searching for answers among the stars. "Aliens?" KiKi nodded, her expression somber. "Maybe it's all just rumors, but something's not right." Tiffany's thoughts raced, the pieces of the puzzle slowly falling into place. The strange storm, the whispers in the night. There was an unease that had settled upon their quiet neighborhood, an unease that couldn't be ignored. "We need to find out more," Tiffany said, her voice tinged with determination. KiKi met her sister's gaze, her eyes reflecting the same resolve. "I agree." The two sisters stood there, side by side, their hands brushing against each other in a silent show of solidarity. In that moment, the weight of the world seemed to rest upon their shoulders, a burden they were willing to bear. As the first raindrop fell from the sky, landing softly on Tiffany's cheek, a sense of urgency settled upon them. The storm had arrived, and with it, the promise of change. They were about to step into the unknown, to uncover secrets that had been hidden in the shadows for far too long. The journey had begun, and they were ready to face whatever lay ahead, armed with nothing but their determination and a bond that was unbreakable. Little did they know their quest for the truth would take them to places they could never have imagined, and the world they thought they knew would be forever transformed by the horrors that awaited them. The rain fell in a gentle cascade, its soft patter creating a soothing backdrop to the conversation that unfolded on the porch of the quaint Maple Street house. The storm had arrived, an embodiment of the unease that had settled over the neighborhood. It was as if the heavens themselves were mirroring the turmoil within the hearts of those who dwelled below. Tiffany cradled the warm cup of tea in her hands, its steam rising to kiss her cheeks with a comforting touch. KiKi sat across from her, the swirl of steam dancing in the air between them. The wooden swing creaked in rhythm with the gusts of wind, a haunting melody that underscored the seriousness of their discussion. Strange lights in the sky. KiKi mused, her eyes fixed on the rain-drenched horizon. That's what they say. People have seen them, blinking and moving in ways that defy explanation. Tiffany nodded, her gaze distant as she sipped her tea. I heard about that too. And those stories of disappearances, people just vanishing without a trace. KiKi's brow furrowed, the lines etching a map of concern on her forehead. And the government's involvement? What could they be hiding? Their voices mingled with the wind, their words carried away on invisible currents. It was as if the elements themselves were eavesdropping on their conversation, whispering secrets that they were not yet ready to reveal. As they spoke, the front door swung open, drawing their attention. Tasheka entered, her silhouette framed by the warm light that spilled from the hallway. She glanced at her sisters, her eyes a mix of curiosity and worry. Am I interrupting? Tiffany offered a reassuring smile, gesturing for her sister to join them. No, come sit. We were just talking about the rumors, the strange things that have been happening. Tasheka settled into a chair, her hands wrapping around her own cup of tea. The aroma mingled with the rain, creating a heady concoction that seemed to infuse the air with an otherworldly energy. KD's presence followed, his steps measured and deliberate as he approached the porch. His eyes scanned the group, his gaze an enigmatic mix of scrutiny and assessment. He took a seat, his posture relaxed yet alert, a testament to his years of military training. Joining the conspiracy club, are we? KD's voice was dry, a hint of skepticism in his tone. Tasheka shot him a playful glare. You're one to talk. You were the one who spotted that convoy of military trucks last week. KD's expression remained impassive, but a spark of intrigue glimmered in his eyes. Coincidence or not, it was unusual. The conversation flowed, each member of the family sharing stories they had heard from neighbors and friends. The tales ranged from strange lights in the sky to accounts of unsettling encounters with government officials who seemed to be keeping secrets. The wind carried their words into the night, a symphony of voices that seemed to resonate with the very fabric of the world. As the rain intensified, the atmosphere grew charged with a palpable tension, an anticipation of something profound on the horizon. They exchanged glances, their eyes meeting in a silent understanding. There was a shared realization that the stories were no longer mere whispers in the night. They were the foundation of a mystery that demanded to be unraveled. Tasheka's voice held a note of uncertainty as she spoke. Do you think there's any truth to these rumors? KiKi leaned forward, her gaze steady as she met the eyes of her siblings. I don't know, but something's changed. The atmosphere around here, it's different. KD's lips quirked in a half-smile. You're all getting caught up in the hysteria. Tiffany's expression remained thoughtful, her eyes searching the darkness beyond the porch. Maybe, but there's a reason these stories are spreading. People are scared, and fear has a way of igniting curiosity. As their conversation flowed, a sense of unity settled over them, as if the storm outside had forged an unbreakable bond between them. They were no longer just family members. They were a team, united by a desire to uncover the truth and protect their loved ones from whatever darkness might be lurking in the shadows. The rain continued to fall, each droplet a testament to the world's shifting landscape. As they rose from their chairs, cups emptied, the wind seemed to carry with it a whisper, a promise of challenges and revelations yet to come.